Okay, so a little vlog to close the evening. I do apologize for the cicada, but again, I live in a farm and a house with no windows, so there's nothing I can do about that noise. But anyways, I want to tell you guys something that happened today, something that we are going to start doing that I think it's pretty awesome, and I hope that inspires other people to do this. Today, the guys, from Mantequilla, Queso, Eddie, Tip Fox, and Mengao was going to join, but he was traveling. And Enrique, I haven't spoken to Enrique. I don't know what's going on with the man. But anyways, we got together. We did a hangout on Discord, and no, actually on Google. What am I talking about? And we more or less discussed our plans, what we've been working on, what the future might look like, our aspirations, and what have you. And the idea of this is twofold. Kind of to have a common north, like all of us have a common north, common things that we want to strive for, that motivate us, because I think that's the exciting part of doing this. That is the driver. But also to communicate with the community what it is that we are doing, what it is that we want to achieve with our current work. I find that this kind of stuff is very much needed. That's why in the video I even say that I appreciate so much what the pizza man is doing with the swarm of swarms, because we have a lot of talented developers that do really awesome things, but sometimes, and obviously it's not every single time, sometimes they're not great at communicating what they're doing, and it's hard for the average user, the average stakeholder, to know what is happening. So I hope this more or less inspires other people to follow these footsteps. Maybe even join Mantequilla. That could be awesome. But if you don't want to join Mantequilla, do your own thing. Let's be better communicators. I think this is a really good way to branch out also to the outside. The video is obviously on 3Speak. You can check it out there. You can listen to the hangout. My volume is a little low. I know what the issue is. It was something I did on OBS. My mistake. So the next one's going to be fine. But it's also on YouTube. And you might wonder, why would you put that on YouTube? It's such an internal thing. It's such a Hive thing. Because for one, I am of the idea that it makes sense to put yourself out there, to let people know what it is that you're building. And still, the biggest stage, or the one that has the most audience, is YouTube. So just like the hangout, this video is also going to go on YouTube. And if you're watching my little logs and you wonder what it is that this guy's talking about, Hive, well, then you can follow the link that's going to be on the description. But at any rate, some of the things that we discussed today are quite exciting. And what Tip Fox shared with us today regarding the DAO that he's working on top of Magi is pretty amazing. I think that could really change the game on Hive, or really not just Hive, but it could change the game in a lot of ways. Because if it becomes so easy to launch a DAO and to have truly decentralized governance, and to come up with a way to get people involved with the direction of projects in this way, but that anybody can launch, because that's the key. You don't have to be like an amazing coder to do it. Then I don't know what the limit is. Your imagination? I have no idea. I know some of the guys from Skate Hive know more about this than I do, but I remember having a conversation with Mengao, maybe about a month ago, or a month and change, about famous DAOs that still today work with this governance model, to where there's these NFTs that you can get. And then if you have an NFT, you can vote on the proposals, and the selling of NFTs fund the DAO. And that way everybody kind of more or less, helps with the direction of what it is that the DAO is doing. I think it's a great alternative to the DHF, which is the only thing on Hive that funds projects. And I think it's also a really good way for value discovery. I'm not going to call it price discovery, obviously, because that makes no sense, but more like value discovery. If you have a really good idea and you want to propose it to a DAO running on top of Magi, and then see what people think, I think it's a pretty awesome thing. But along those lines, and this is why I love these meetings, I also walked away with a mission. I think all of us did. Things that we want to work on this coming week. And I just got to work almost right away. I had to run to do something in town, get some food, get some medicine. But I came back and I started to work. And I began the implementation of shorts for 3Speak TV as well. as you guys know, short form is here to stay. Short form is what the new generation loves and expects, and I've grown to like it. I have to admit, I used to be an anti short form guy, and look how far I've come. But so today, in the Pancreas API, as I call it, I implemented another path today, and it's feeds for shorts that allow all apps that are using the embed system, the short system for 3Speak, to show up on a new feed that we're going to be implementing. And all the apps are going to be tagged, so you know exactly what app uploaded what, which I think it's even cooler. But so that already got done. That's done. I shared it with Kay. So we're going to discuss how we're going to make the UI, the user interface for this. But I also began working on another thing that is quite important that we didn't have, and officially we have that now, is the ability for users to update their thumbnails on 3Speak. I've sure regretted using a thumbnail, and it makes sense that we have that option. So very soon, hopefully within a couple of days, you're going to be able to edit your thumbnails on your videos. We might implement this on shorts as well, but I don't think those are as important or as urgent, I guess you could say, as the regular long form videos. At any rate, guys, with this I'm going to say good night. It's getting dark, but I'm not going to go to bed. I'm just saying bye in the video. But again, I'm inviting you to go check out that post. It came from Mantequilla Soft. Again, there's going to be some links down in the description so you can check it out and more or less see what we are doing, and also maybe check out the Hangout. Tell us what you think of the form. You think it's kind of cool. Maybe it's like a podcast you can listen in the background. And yeah, and that's it. Enough rambling from me.